Oh, sorry. And just to answer this question, amendments don't originalism treats amendments the same way they treat the base constitution. Like the only thing that changes is the date. What you ask, what was meant when it was ratified? So the time it was ratified changes. So you might use a different dictionary and you'll use a different set of context tools to figure out what the meaning was because it was set in time differently. But yeah, I mean, if the Constitution's amendment, the Constitution's amendment. And just to put a bow on this, I believe in natural law, but if I was a judge, I would not be applying natural law. Natural law is a moral principle. When you're doing constitutional interpretation, it's just the Constitution, right? You just look at the law, and that's you're not trying to. We're not high. They're not high priests. They're lawyers, right? So I think that this is an important point. Like judges absolutely cannot decide that an amendment was bad and that they will not apply it. That's not what Supreme Court judges do.
So this question right here, I think it's important that we explore this a little bit more because this is probably the number one. And again, lawyers are broken in many different ways. I don't expect people who are normal to grasp a lot of this right away, right? Of course, or just they're probably going to grasp it right away, but they're just not going to know it because they're too busy, having friends. And so, but this is, I think, the most common misunderstanding of originalism. So a lot of people think originalism, well, that just means that you want to have all laws as the founders had it, right? That's what that must mean, right? The original law, the original as the country was started. But that's not what it is. All originalism states is that it's a belief in a process, that the Constitution has an amendment process in it. So if you believe in the Constitution, you must also believe in that amendment process. And as long as the amendment process is followed, that is in accordance with the Constitution. That is what the Constitution allows. So all originalists believe in all the amendments. In fact, right, even though I personally, as a right-wing libertarian, very much don't like taxation, I have a moral problem with taxation, like the income tax specifically, I have to concede that it is constitutional because they went through the effort of putting in a very specific amendment that allows it with the very specific intent of allowing income taxes to happen. So it's there, right? There is no originalist argument against it. I think it's very clear, even though I don't like it, right? Even though I don't like it, the law allows for it.
And this is actually one of the main selling points of originalism.
Yeah.
Unlike living constitutionalism, originalism actually limits what you can decide. Like it is possible for Lactoid as an originalist to look at the Constitution and say, I hate taxes, and yet I am bound to say taxes are constitutional.
Yes.
If you're a living constitutionalist, you're focusing on purpose primarily. So you could come down and say, oh, well, I mean, aren't taxes contrary to natural law? Aren't people born to be free? Doesn't that intrude on their liberty interest? Let's reinterpret it. And there's no limiting principle there, really, and that's part of the danger of it.